talking about? It's called Café Anyway. That's crazy, the name of the show.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
What? Mike's Daily Podcast? Hey, that was my cousin Anki, who's visiting Brazil. Just because she wants to just go to Brazil.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Oh, and she has friends in Brazil, so she's got people she can visit. I guess that's a thing about traveling if you can. Travel places and you can see people and maybe talk to them, and then that's better than just renting an Airbnb and staying somewhere and going, what? I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm here in another place. Now I want to go back because I miss home. So
Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's paid by a little 2 cents. It's episode 3341.
Mike's
3300
Daily
and 41
Podcast.
How fun!
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the show, because without you, there wouldn't be a show. It's like a tree won't fall in the woods unless someone hears it. Isn't that the expression? I'm begrudgingly accepting this, and that is social activities like pickleball, tennis, and swimming can improve mental health and can help you live longer. This according to the folks at health.com. Playing sports requires a lot of brain power, which can improve your mental speed, your memory, and your attention. And then those cardio-heavy social sports, like pickleball, can help improve your heart health, muscle strength, mobility, and balance. It is insane how big pickleball has gotten in just the past, 5 years? There is a spot in Fremont I used to walk past a lot. I'd go on a little walk during my lunch break, and I'd go near Lake Elizabeth, which I posted podcast pictures of recently, in Fremont, and I would walk past this trail that would take me up through this parking lot, this big parking lot that belonged to the police station, the Fremont police station. And they had this big parking lot that was practically empty. You know what they did? They turned it into pickleball courts. Okay, Rosie the Riveter, you've heard of her, no doubt.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Very famous icon. There's a Rosie the Riveter museum. I don't have a picture of that in the podcast picture, but take my word for it. It's in Richmond, in the Richmond Marina. And next to it is a huge factory that at one point was a auto factory. And it's got these beautiful, huge windows that look out over the bay. It's a beautiful spot. You know what they turned it into? It used to be a performance space where they'd have a stage and people would sing. Now, pickleball courts. Pickleball courts, pickleball courts. Everywhere I go, it's pickleball courts. The late great Basil the Boxer never played pickleball, but he liked it when I would throw a ball for him. He would sometimes bring it back. He was more into, when he saw me when I would get home, he'd be so happy and he'd be walking around. And boxers are funny because they shake their whole butts. They shake their whole bodies. They're like wiggle worms. And they it's so much fun. And he would pick up, that would be the only time he'd find a ball, any ball in the backyard, and pick it up. And then he'd walk around with it. And then I would take it from him and throw it. And then he would that would be the only time he would ever fetch a ball. And he'd bring it back to me, and I'd throw it maybe 2 more times, and then he wasn't interested anymore. But that was, some dogs love to fetch. My cat sometimes likes to fetch. Rocky the cat, I'll throw a toy, but he's in the mood. I can tell when he's in the mood for it, and I'll kick the little spring. Cats love to chase little springs, and he goes after that and kicks it all around like a hockey player. It's awesome. But the podcast picture is not of Rocky or of the late great Basil the Boxer.
Life grand.
Ain't life grand. Oh, it's so grand. Because the podcast picture is none other than San Francisco. That's where I was today. When I was in San Francisco today, over by the ferry building.
Who are you? You're crazy. This is madness.
No, I wasn't asked who I was, but I happened to be sitting next to, I was eating, there's a Filipino burrito restaurant that's kind of famous in the Bay Area. Used to be just a food truck, and now they got an actual physical location in Oakland and in San Francisco, right by the ferry building. in the Ferry Building, and you can walk out and sit there in a little patio and look out over the... See that picture at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com, by the way. The beautiful view of the Bay Bridge and the Ferry Building that I just took today. But I sit down, I'm eating this burrito that was, I think it, with that and a drink, was like $26. And then in the Bay Area, they charge an extra $5 just for whatever. Just because you're in San Francisco, we're going to charge you $5. So, but hey, it was packed. There were people everywhere. People love, it's tourist season. People love it. There was one cute family. They asked me to take their picture, and they gave me their phone, and I ran off with it. Just kidding. Isn't that weird when we give our phone to someone to take a picture? I mean, all our stuff is on a phone now. Everything's on the phone. All your credit card stuff, your email, everything. And we just hand it to someone to take a picture of me and the family. But yeah, they saw me taking pictures of, not of them, because that would have been creepy, but of, the sites around there, near the Ferry Building in San Francisco. And they said, "Excuse me, sir, could you take a picture of us?" And I said, "Sure." So I took the phone, and I go, you should stand over here because you've got Treasure Island behind you, Yerba Buena Island. "Oh, thank you." And I getting ready to take the picture, and I said, "Okay, 3, 2, 1, cheese." And they go, "Happy birthday, Emily," or what? Their daughter, who's this little, I think, maybe 6.
Like scavenger hunt.
I can't find out the age because I didn't ask, but she was having her birthday. She was in a cute little dress and big smile on her face, and she's like, "Happy birthday to me." And it was cute. So I took a picture of this family. I took a couple pictures because I like to give them options. It's not like back in the day when we had the Kodak film and you only had like 22 pictures, and if you took 3 of the same thing, you felt like you were wasting film because now I've only got 18 pictures left. So nowadays, digital, wow, voila, marvelous. I take about 3 or 4 pictures. I'll take 2 horizontal, 2 vertical, and they look great. They look very happy. I was very happy for them. As this person is happy to see me.
For your entertainment, the one, the only, Mike Matthews.
Thank you, sir. What I would like to tell you is that the people sitting next to me, not this family, this was later on, but when I was eating my burrito, my Filipino burrito, a little bit earlier, I overhear the people, because we're sitting all close to each other, because it's San Francisco, there's no room at all, no room for anything. I don't know how. Space is at a premium, and the people behind me, I keep hearing the words "cap radio" over and over again. Cap radio. Well, I know that Cap Radio is the NPR, the National Public Radio Station in Sacramento. And they cover things having to do with California politics. Sacramento, that's where our governor is and where all the legislature is.
The Mike tip.
My tip to you is, here I am, I'm in the radio biz, and I feel like I gotta say something, but you kind of don't want to say anything because you're listening, you're eavesdropping, you're overhearing, and you feel, I'm going to look like a creep. And then I went, you know what? This moment is never going to happen again. I'm never going to sit right next to some people in San Francisco, right by the bay, looking at the Bay Bridge and all the boats coming and going and picking up tourists and all the crazy tourists and everything and families and whatnot and seagulls. I have to take this moment and say hi. When am I going to be next to someone who's eating Filipino burritos from Sacramento, from Cap Radio? No, that's Capital Radio, basically. They call it Cap Radio. And I've listened to them before because I subscribe to their Top of the Hour News podcast. I find fascinating. So before I leave, I go over to them and I go, "Hey, I'm sorry I couldn't help it over here, but you mentioned Cap Radio, and I listened to the podcast, the Top of the Hour podcast." "Oh, you do? Oh, this is our friend is from Cap Radio." "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." "Hi." I said, "I'm in the biz." Oh, really? Where do you work? I have a couple of stations that are AM radio stations in the Bay Area.
Wow, shuts.
Wow, shuts, wow! No, they're not German-speaking stations where they say the word shuts. Sometimes. Mine shuts. No, they are radio stations, talk radio stations, Christian talk, conservative talk, business talk. We got a gospel music station. We have an interesting mix. And a couple of the stations have been in the Bay Area for decades upon decades. Actually, one of the transmitters or frequencies dates back to 100 years ago. So they said, oh, that's very cool. So we talked really quickly about AM radio, and I gave them my card, and then I left. But I would have loved to ask a bunch of questions about Cap Radio. You know, one of the things I overheard them say, as I just spread this gossip on my podcast, interesting inside thing about Cap Radio, is that they are really one of the only Sacramento stations that cover what's going on in the capital, in the California state capital, which is very interesting if you think about it, because
The Newsbleed section.
all the news that comes out of Sacramento, it's fascinating, especially now because everybody is paying attention to California, to Sacramento, to California, the capital of California, Sacramento. They're all paying attention to us and going, oh, is their governor going to run for president? Oh, are they going to pass this or pass that? Are they ever going to elect a Republican? Oh, they're just taxing the heck out of their citizens. Oh, they're always interested in what we're doing because we're huge. We have a huge economy. One of the most if the most expensive places to live. And all the computer stuff comes out of here, just about. All the AI stuff comes out of here, just about. All the entertainment stuff comes out of here, just about. There's a lot going on. Oh, Elon Musk. He really got started here. Now I know he's moved a bunch of stuff to Texas, but yeah, we're a big deal if you like it or not.
The Myclopedia in Seneca.
But looking at my Myclopedia in Seneca, my suggestion to you is to be more of a social being, because it appears that that's what helps you live longer. These social connections and doing physical activities like tennis, swimming. Cardio-heavy social sports can help improve your heart health, muscle strength, mobility, and balance. Social sports can help keep you physically and mentally young by combining brain engagement, cardio, and community support. And let's see, low-impact sports promote healthier joints and mobility. Pickleball is growing because it often is more accessible and lower impact than other racket sports like tennis. But even though pickleball doesn't require as much running and is easier on the joints, it still demands faster movement on its smaller court.
Matthew's News.
My news to you also says that, well, there are a lot of injuries coming out of pickleball, if you didn't know. So just be aware of that. Water sports like swimming and water aerobics are low impact and can help strengthen your muscles without straining your joints. Water helps support nearly all of your body weight. All your body weight is being supported in the water, just about. The buoyancy, which decreases stress on your spine, your knees, and your hips. And the constant body extension and twisting during swimming is also great for improving flexibility and your range of motion. The other one, although I don't really like this activity, biking.
Oh, not that kind of bee sting, Lefty.
Oh, wait, speaking of bee stings.
This one is by the Wombats.
The Wombats, it's a band.
And as always, you are listening to KCRH 89.9 FM. The
Hey, it's
East
a
Bay's
DJ.
Best Variety.
Look at this person here as a DJ.
And hey, we have a request. The request is from Mike from Castro Valley.
Hey, that's
He is
me.
requesting Talk to You Later by The Tubes. So let's go ahead and play that. Here is Talk to You Later by The Tubes.
Thank you, Chris the DJ. Talk to you later. I'll give it another try. I'll just see you around. She's not gonna miss me when she's gone. That's alright with me as long as you're on. In Podcaster Valley is where we are. Last place on earth in the land of Meritopia. Mike Matthews here, broadcasting from Café Anyway. Although low-impact sports are typically recommended for longevity and fitness, research shows that vigorous, high-impact sports are better for building and maintaining bone density. Bones. As you age, you start to lose bone density as calcium and other minerals in your bones decrease. Low bone density can weaken bones and increase your risk for fractures. Something else to keep in mind. Since the bones and other tissues are an interconnected system,
News random.
the news random here says that system is called the musculoskeletal system. These higher impact sports can also improve joint flexibility and health. A 2020 study found that tennis players had significantly better musculoskeletal health and function, like their hand grip was better, their knee extension strength was better compared to people the same age who didn't play tennis. That's why Buffy and Danny want to play tennis after they retire. Then there's the social and team sports that combine the mental health benefits of exercise and socialization, helping to reduce stress, depression, and anxiety systems. So playing social sports may be the key to keeping your mind sharp, your body strong, and improving your overall well-being. It's never too late to pick up a sport and join a team. If you're not sure how to get started, try reaching out to local courts, pools, sports clubs, and fitness and recreation centers, says health.com. Outside of Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcaster Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Meritopia. Look who's here. Hi, Mac. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How you doing?
This nightmare of a show.
That lady there did not like the show, I guess, is what turned out. It's a disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what. What? You know, everyone's got an opinion. It's like everybody has it's the same thing. They have like a part of their body. Well, some people don't have certain parts of their body. Yeah, it's like a joke, but I'm cleaning it up. And then when I clean it up, it's not funny anymore. Interesting how that works. Yeah, but I heard you're not going to be doing a podcast on Monday, tell you what. What? Why aren't you going to do a podcast? Well, I'm just trying to remind myself what it is exactly. Oh, yeah. Monday is Moon Day. Isn't that interesting? Monday, Moon Day. They sound so similar. The names. But that is the day when Apollo 11 astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to walk on the moon. Giant steps are what you take walking on the moon. While Michael Collins orbited above in the command module, let's not forget Mike up there.
First of all, I just want to thank everyone for joining us here on this show. This is great.
And thank you for listening to the show. It's great to have you listening. Michael Collins was up there orbiting. Without him, they wouldn't be able to get back. In what NASA described as humanity's greatest technological achievement, Moon Day. And recently we circled the moon, and we hadn't been up there in many years with an actual person, a couple people flying. So, yes, it was also a day that's coming up, a day that I need to take off because it's International Chess Day. And though we started watching The Queen's Gambit on Netflix, we probably are not going to be finishing it for a while. We got completely sidetracked with another wonderful Twitch show called Dark Winds. Oh, we just finished that, actually. So maybe we'll go back to Queen's Gambit. But yes, it's International Chess Day. My dad loved chess. He wanted me to learn to play chess so we could have games and he could beat me. And maybe someday I would beat him and he would feel that the baton had been passed. But that day never came because I just was not interested. So this day was established by the FIDE.
Wine.
Well, I like it.
The whiny white man wine list.
Oh, is that going to whine about something? Maybe the fact that it's going to be World Jump Day, and jumping is such a... It's fun to jump. Go ahead and jump. Was I going to whine about jumping? It isn't traditionally a major retail holiday, but there may be deals on athletic shoes on Jump Day if you want to take... I guess... Oh, I was going to maybe whine about this, being a whiny white man. And that would be... It is so interesting. You know, when podcasting first got popular, in 2009, I discovered podcasting. And I said it 2008, late 2008. And I did a podcast as quickly as I could. And I said on it, I'm excited about this because the only voices that you hear, because podcasting is about listening, the audience is listening. They're listeners. They're not watching. If they're watching, it's a video. But it's a vid. But what I was saying was I was happy that people were talking and doing podcasts and getting out there through the internet channels, as podcasting allows you to do. Because up until then, the radio voices, the only voices you were hearing...
You louse, you good for nothing. Answer the phone. What do you do all day?
That's a famous radio personality trying to call me, as a matter of fact. Okay, I'll get to you. Don't worry. They were just the same voices you were hearing over and over again. The Rush Limbaughs, the Sean Hannity, who I went to... I knew him at KCSB at UC Santa Barbara's radio station, University of California, Santa Barbara's radio station, KCSB. He was there for a while, and I did a show just before him, so I talked to him a couple of times. I didn't know he was going to become this big Fox News guy. Anyway, Café Anyway, I was all excited about the variety of voices that we were going to start to hear, because until then there had been a lock on how many voices there could be. You had to be someone through a big syndication, and it had to be somebody big on all these conservative talk stations. Now it's a multitude of voices. But I am very fascinated by the fact that on YouTube now that you've got all these video channels with people talking on them, maybe doing like documentaries or something, I am hearing some really bizarre voices. Like, I thought it would get to a point where it'd be, oh, that's pretty cool, diverse voices, it's fascinating. But some are like kids that don't know how to enunciate, and they slur their words. I don't know, it's like they're speaking another language, but they're speaking English. They're speaking English, but they're super young. And they're also, oh my gosh, how they hate old people. Me, they hate people like me in my mid-50s doing media. They're like, how dare he? He has no idea what he's doing. He should just stop. What? And I was a kid. Would I have said that to Walter Cronkite? Not comparing myself to Walter Cronkite. No, not Walter Cronkite. But yet we had such respect for the people that had been in media before us. But now there seems to be this disrespect going on where the young people are going, no, they don't know what they're doing. Because this is all new technology. How could they know? Because people like us built the framework that you guys are working on now. There used to be a thing where people would say when they got successful, if they were really young, they'd say, I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. You don't hear that anymore, it seems. So we're going to take the day off on Monday because I'm just disgusted by all that. It's also National Ugly Truck Contest.
The Wall Street Journal had a piece about the veteran podcasters hanging up their headphones.
Oh,
Podcasts can run forever, but some hosts are bowing out or changing direction as celebrities and YouTube dominate the industry.
As far as I know, 20 years ago, it's the same thing.
Yeah, no,
celebrities, comedians, YouTube.
Yeah, it's all these duos like, oh, well, we're hanging out. We're not going to do it anymore. We've been doing it for 7 years. You're going to do something else. And they blame it on YouTube. But that's not the problem. All of these podcasts that they mention are all guest-driven.
Guest-driven.
Oh, yeah.
And so what they're noticing is that when people have a choice to go on different podcasts, they can only do so many.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you base your podcast on your guest, which can make for a very successful podcast depending on your guest, And you get the Kelsey brothers or, anything. But the Kelsey brothers, like, I already did 8 podcasts this month. I'm done. It's okay. And that's why they're hanging up their headphones. So we're just going to keep on trucking, baby.
That's what I'm going to do, too.
No one can stop this train.
We felt that guests, the whole idea of using them was a hindrance, and we both had a laundry list of reasons for that.
Yes. And
they don't show up. They're dull.
Case in point, I've been on Rogan 6 times. There's got to be a deficit of guests.
You've been on 6 times?
6 times, yeah.
There's a deficit of guests.
That's Adam Curry and John C. Dvorak. They have been doing a podcast now for like 20 years. And Adam Curry did a lot of stuff that helped create the platform that I'm standing on his shoulders, that crazy Dutch guy from MTV. I am standing on his... Thank you, Adam Curry, for allowing me to do all this podcasting stuff that I've been doing now for 17 years. And it's because of people that laid down the groundwork. But wow, yeah, a lot of podcasters, a lot of people think, I'm going to do a podcast. It's going to be... Well, they think they're doing a podcast, but they're actually doing a video show. I'm just going to upload some videos to YouTube of me talking with my friend on the camera, and then they end up quitting. And they can't get guests. Oh, and then it's so easy now to do a video show because you do the Zoom. You do a Zoom meeting. And you're doing a Zoom meeting, and then you just upload the video from the Zoom meeting. Thank you, Zoom, for making all this insanity happen on YouTube. And then I'm surprised, does YouTube even have like their own? I know it's owned by Google, and Google's got Google Meet, which is like their Zoom. So maybe there's some kind of way they can connect from that to YouTube to make it easier. Because that's what all these video shows are people doing these Zoom chats. And then they call it a podcast because they're talking. But no, podcast is listening. And then the last reason why we're taking Monday off is because it's National Lollipop Day. And I'm bald. And because of Kojak, hello, baby. Who loves you, baby? I'm gonna be licking a lollipop, baby. Marks the invention of the modern lollipop, created by George Smith of New Haven, Connecticut, who trademarked the name lollipop in 1931 after creating the candy almost 30 years earlier. So a boot print on the moon, a boot print, and a 64 square board, as well as candy on a stick, is all we're going to take the day off for on Monday. Thank you for understanding. Look who else is here. Hello, Mike. I make the delicious root beer. How's it right now? I'm going to try this right now. That's really good. What do you call that? It's called lollipop root beer. Drink right now. And how are things in the basement? Great. I'll go down there and I make the root beer and come down there sometimes and make the root beer. It's what I'm saying because I'm the brewmaster. That's right. That's what you just said. Yeah. I make the root beer. That's right. That's what you just said. Did I? You did. Oh, boy. That's great. What do you think about all that? Here's the number to call.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
Will you shut ups? Liberty Nation, freedom, foam for all.
Just hey, these podcasts, man. The podcast is where it's at, everybody. And a podcast, of course, it's video. Just look at Joe Rogan. We need that. We need Joe Rogan type success. Let's bring the consultants in. We, as you can tell from our LinkedIn profile, we are podcast consultants. There's a lot. How many podcast consultants hit you up on LinkedIn?
Lots.
A lot of them.
I get probably 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah.
And with all things having to do with this show called Mike's Daily Podcast, we go to the mainframe and hear from A-Frame. Thank you for listening to Mike's Daily Podcast.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye.